Good morning, you guys. What a beautiful Monday. I'm outside, headed to the back. Yeah, I'm headed to the back with Kay. But yes, good morning. So what I wanted to talk to y'all about is, you ever notice, well, not you ever notice, but there are people who cross your lives like at the randomest times. And I mean, do you ever like take a minute to like actually like stop and think like, whoa, that was a coincidence? Or like, for example, because I know I'm being very vague, like for example, when you're feeling down about yourself and you just so happen to go to a store and some random man or female compliments you, and it makes you feel good for a minute, like it takes you out of that, like it takes you out of your head and puts you in a good state of like outside of your head, like it just, oh wow, he complimented my hair, I ain't just think nothing of it, like thanks. But it was something that you needed to hear. I'm starting to think like, because I mean, I don't believe in coincidences anymore, but like I'm thinking like, like that's your energy, like, not the actual person, but just that energy that they just give off, like that's your angel, that's your guide, like that's a loved one, like letting you know like they're there, and to just take a minute to get out of your head. I was thinking about that this morning as I'm outside, because I'm about to give gratitude, and I'm about to include you in my gratitude. Yeah. And so like I'm out here at the birds, like birds are like awesome. Birds just make me feel free. They remind me of just the freedom that's in the world and all around us. Like these birds are just fearless and just full of flight and full of energy and just full of things that just uplift you. Like I love birds. And like right now there's like baby birds in this tree. I hollowed out this tree with the intention of like making like these little like, where am I pointing? Yeah, right here at this tree right here. There are like 4 or 5 baby birds in there, and originally I was gonna like turn it into like a bird feeder so they can just like dip in there and grab some bird food, but this little baby bird, it's baby chickadees. You can hear it, but in the tree is baby chickadees, and they're so beautiful. And just seeing those little baby birds every morning, there it is. You probably can't see her, she's like super fast, but she is right there in that tree. But yeah, like just seeing those baby birds just like made me appreciate life like times 10. I mean, because like we literally like we go day to day, like every day in our own heads, like forgetting, like really completely like disregarding the fact that everybody is going through their own like type of stuff. Everybody has their own problems, everybody has their own set of issues and own emotions, but a lot of the times like we literally like overlook it, because like to us, like whose issues are worse than ours? Nobody's dealing with this but us. But like that's not us looking at the bigger picture, you know what I'm saying? That's us focusing on ourselves, and that's not a bad thing, but it's just when we think about our problems, we become like so involved in our problems that we forget that, okay, come, oh, there he is. We forget that like someone could be going through something way worse. I said all that to say that. We forget that, people do go through like worse than our situations, and a lot of the times we get so wrapped up in our own drama. We forget to take a moment to realize like how blessed we actually are. Like right now, like look at my scene. Look at my scene. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm grateful for this, just to be able to this scene that I'm in. Like I am so grateful for this scene, this greenery. Like I love it, and the best part is I have all 5 of my senses. I'm not gloating. I'm just blessed, and I'm grateful for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I am grateful that I am able to use all 5 of my senses, because the reality of it is there are people who don't get to experience that. And that's so big, that's important. So like, what are you grateful for? Think about it. Like, no, and don't, and besides people in your lives, you know, what are you grateful for about yourself? Like, what is it about you that makes you so great, that makes you beautiful? Not compared to anybody else, just what makes you beautiful, what makes you great. What do you do? What about you that you're grateful for? Are you grateful that you have 10 toes? I know I'm grateful that I have 10 toes. I can't even imagine having to walk with no toes, or even without one toe. That's just me thinking, like, this is why we have to be grateful, because, like, I mean, we have legs and we can walk. You gotta think about it. Like, some people don't have that. And, they will be wishing for 2 legs. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be grateful for those things that we overlook daily. Like the fact that we can walk. We overlook it daily. And people who don't have the luxury, of walking, like, you can, your arms can move. You know what I'm saying? And you might overlook that a lot. But you gotta think about it. Like, there is someone else with less than what you have, and being grateful that they have that. So it's just important. Like, when you think about that, like, dang, I do overlook the fact that I have legs. I do overlook the fact that my toes can twinkle and I can actually feel that. I'm just saying, like, it's amazing. Like, and then you think about it, like, once you be grateful for like one small thing, you think of like a whole bunch of other small things that you could be thankful for, and then it turns into this big thing. Like, gratitude, it's a beautiful thing, and so today I'll be doing a reading, and it'll be what are you doing, I might be saying the question wrong, I'm gonna say it again, but what are you doing that's sabotaging your relationships? And this is going to be like, it could be a relationship with anybody, a relationship with Mother Nature, a relationship with the universe, relationship with yourself, relationship with an actual person, an animal. Like, what are you doing that's sabotaging that? And it's gonna just, it's gonna get a little deep, you know what I'm saying? But, like, why are we out here? Let's take a moment to just breathe, enjoy the scene, enjoy nature, enjoy life, enjoy the fact that you are able to breathe freely without a machine. You're able to breathe in this fresh air. And over here it smells like after rain. Like when everything settles. Yeah, that's what it smells like. I have a canine nose. Like, my senses was on point. Like 10 point up. That's my senses. But yes, outside is so beautiful. Like, for real. Outside is beautiful. And you know what else is beautiful? You. Oh, this is what I had to say. Like, I get so sidetracked when I'm outside, but this is what I had to say. People come in and out of your life for a reason. Like, sometimes we can overlook that because, like, like, maybe it happens so sudden, and in that moment, like the example I mentioned, like when you're having a hard day, like mentally, and then some stranger like compliments you and like takes you out of your head and just makes you feel good about yourself real quick, and then you carry around that same compliment all day because, like, that's the thing that made your day. It's the same thing. Like, there is no coincidences. Things like that happen for a reason. That was your angel, your guide. Could even been a loved one, depending on what they said. Like, oh, this beautiful little bird. This is a fluffy one. But yeah, like, and people come in and out of your lives for a reason. There are no accidents. There are no coincidences. It's happening for a reason, whether you realize the reason or not. And some things people say out of their mouth, and they don't realize how important it is to you. Like, for example, my English teacher in when I went to Bird, he said he was he was an actor and a teacher, and I always thought he was like, I don't know, like, I admired him a lot. I just thought like he was like the coolest person. His name was Mr. Brock. If you had him when you went to Bird or know who that is, that's what I'm talking about. Anyways, I just thought, I don't know why, I just thought he was like the coolest teacher ever. Because, like, what, you get to be an actor? I want to be an actress. Like, and you're a teacher? I want to teach. Anyways, so and he would, like, have like all these like cool stories. By the way, like I love writing too, so, and stories, so like, you know, they kind of go hand in hand. So when I hear a good story, it's just like, what, tell me more, like I'm so interested in your life, keep them coming. But anyway, so he would have all these like cool stories and would like go on and on, like, and you know, the kids would just be like, oh man, he's like running his mouth, like I wish he shut up. And I'm just like, right. But I hope he keeps talking, because like that's super interesting. But anyway, so one day he was like yada 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 yada, going on and on and on about something, and then he said the words that literally like stuck to me like glue. Now you see, I was like 16 at the time. I'm 26 now, so it's been 10 years and I still remember this quote that he said. And I don't know his quote. Okay, he said, quote, if you don't like the person in the mirror, if you don't like the person staring at you in the mirror, change it. You know, like, and that's an end quote. And I kind of like paraphrased it, but you know, that's the gist. Like, if you don't like the person staring back at you in the mirror, change it. And that stuck with me because like it really did stuck with me. Like, that's how like I can still like remember his name and that quote. Like, I don't remember nothing, you know, I don't remember like any of the details of him, but just that quote and his name, you know, like, cause that stuck with me. Like, if you don't like the person that's looking back at you in the mirror, change it. That doesn't mean like keep putting on these masks. That means like, what you don't like, fix, change it, so that when you look in the mirror, you see someone worth looking at. And like, boom! Oh, so thank you, Mr. Brock. But yes, like, it's just stuff like that. Like, people don't realize, like, some things people say actually stick by you, and people remember you by that. So you want to, that's why, like, words are so important. Like, I say all that, and I know the way I talk is just like blah 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 blah, what? But I just like, it's because I get so excited, and you know, like my mind just like works at 1,000 times per second. But yeah, so yeah, and so I'm gonna stop it here and then edit all that out. But yeah, I really like, being grateful is so important. Like, people don't realize how being grateful can change your life. So if you're watching this, like, really take a moment to be grateful. Like, grateful is just a big word that just means showing appreciation for the tiniest of things and the smallest of things. I'm getting goosebumps, and I don't think it's because it's cold, because I'm saying something, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you know, so yeah, so let's continue with our reading. I'm just so excited, y'all. Okay guys, hey, if you stuck through the beginning, thank you. If you just skipped right ahead, that's fine too. So what you're gonna do is just take a moment and pick a word. You're gonna choose between power, play, or love to get your reading. And this is a reading that is going to explain to you what you do that sabotages your relationships. Now, this could be your relationship with a family member, a friend. This could be your relationship with anybody, and this is going to give you a understanding of what you're doing that's sabotaging that relationship. So if you're interested, keep watching. I'm going to give you a moment to intuitively pick one. If one or more stands out, that is okay, but just really try and pick with your intuition. Alright, I'm going to start with power, but if you chose any of the other ones, go ahead or listen to it. Let us begin. So if you chose this one, this is power. It's written on a leaf. Let's see what you're doing that's sabotaging your relationships. And you have 7 cards here, so let's just put them all on. All right. Okay, so what are you doing that's sabotaging your relationships? And you have, for starters, this mad sword beast, and he looks like a rhino with a sword right here, and he has heavy armor with blades through it, and he looks like he's rabid, like he's insane. And so this lets me know that the way, like, you pretty much, like, I feel like you're a bully, or that's how you're perceived. Like, whether they announce that or not, people may look at you like you're a bully, like that you're aggressive. Okay, maybe not a bully, but definitely like aggressive. Like, look at him bulldozing his way through people. Okay, so you might be someone, an earth sign. You could be an earth sign, or like someone could see you as someone who's like really grounded and really believes in what they say, but I'm really getting like aggressive. Okay, this could also be why you was attracted to this power. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, it's just, don't take it negatively. Just take it with an open mind. Okay, sometimes things are gonna hurt the ego, but that's what we need to hear sometimes. Okay, sometimes we need for people to check us, and that's what the cards are gonna do. Okay, so don't shoot the messenger. And then you have the Fiend's hand mirror, and okay, we're gonna come back to this because I'm gonna get more insight for this card. This soul of purity and light. Okay, so people believe, like, behind this aggressive, just beastly person, this barbarian, so they might feel your energy. Like, someone who like is close to you, or just somebody who might not even know you, they could feel like your pure energy. Like, they could feel your intentions. So you might be somebody like on the outside who is like aggressive, or you might even just look aggressive. You might not even be aggressive. Like, people just could perceive you this way. But since we're talking about how are you sabotaging your relationships? So keep that in mind as I'm speaking. Okay, so this mad sword could be like your impression of how people perceive you. Okay, and so like they might see you, like, because you might feel like you're not aggressive. Like, you might know that you're just this person who's just who's just chill and just like intuitive naturally. Like, you might be someone who's like protective of other people. Okay, but you also might be too protective, like where it's like too clingy and smothering. Okay, so somebody might not people might be, that might be a turn off to somebody, like, because keep in mind, like, this reading is, how are you sabotaging your relationships? Okay, but I feel like this isn't a bad thing. Okay, I feel like this just means that you have good intentions, which is a good thing. Okay, so this might be saying like, yeah, you're aggressive and could come off like a bully, but your intentions are pure. So like, you might come off that way, but you're really like, you're saying it because you have their best intentions at heart. So it might come off as a dick, but it's really, it's coming from a good place. Okay, so don't get discouraged when I say bully or something like that. Like, it's just, it's just how you come off. Okay, but really you're doing it out of love for that person. Okay, and then you have this chaos sorcerer in reverse. So with this, people might feel like you are very powerful. Okay, like you might not even like him, like he's like, but this was in reverse. So you might be not more negative. Like, negative is a bad thing, but it's a bad thing to other people who don't, like, who haven't gotten to understand you, like, deep down on a more level beyond the ego. So, okay, so like, some of the stuff that I'm saying, it might sound bad, but really it's not bad, but there are areas where you can improve. So I just want to clarify that. Okay, so with this chaos sorcerer, people could know your struggle and understand that is why, okay, you are so aggressive because of how you grew up or how you had to come up. Okay, you may had, like, you're a tough lover. Okay, I just heard that, like, you're a tough lover, or are used to getting and giving tough love, so that's how you give it. So oftentimes when you are speaking to somebody, like, you're disregarding their emotions, but it's not intentionally. Okay, you're trying to show them love, but it's just not in a way that's just like, oh, come here. It's more of a, I'm gonna need for you to do this, and get this right. It's just a tough love type of type of vibe. I'm sorry, it's just a little funny. Okay, and then you have this dark energy right here. So again, like, people feel it, like, how are you sabotaging your relationships? And this is more so how people feel around you. Okay, so that's why I'm more so talking about people and how they feel about, you in particular. Okay, so this dream clown right here is talking about your potential. Okay, they can see that you are creative, that you are like inventive, that you do have a silly and goofy side, and but you earth sign. So that means, like, you could be an earth sign, have earth sign in your chart. But this can mean, like, by you being an earth sign, that you are reserved. So a lot of people don't see this side of you. Okay, and a lot of people would like to see the side of you, because most of the time this is your exterior. Okay, like, all the time this is your exterior. You look serious, but like I said, like, you chill, and you do have a fun and goofy side. Like, that's probably why I started laughing, because you are funny. Like, yes, like, you are funny. You have a really good sense of humor, but the thing is, a lot of people don't see that. With this chaos sorcerer right here, a lot of people might actually feel like you're mean. Okay, dark energy in reverse. Like, even if this was in upright, like, people feel like you're mean. And on the side note, you have, like, a lot of purple energy here, so you might be very intuitive and spiritually inclined. This could also be telling you that you're spiritually protected as well, and people can feel that strong aura around you, like, you're not one to play with, spiritually or, like, physically. Like, you can get down with the get down, you know what I'm saying? This fiend's hands mirror right here, some people also might feel like you're not living up to your potential. Like, with this dream clown right here, like, people can see, like, people can see your potential, and some people might feel like, like, you're not living up to your potential, and that could be, what's sabotaging your relationships, because, like, they feel like you're going down the wrong way, or they don't agree with some of the things that you're doing, or, whatever. That, and I said, oh, whatever, like, blowing them off. That's probably how you are. Like, how I just responded right there is probably how you are. Like, people will try to, like, express how they feel about you, and you're just like, no, whatever. I know what you're trying to say, but that's not it. That's not the case. Okay, so they might feel like you can't be spoken to. Like, maybe they feel like you think you all that. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Like, this chaos sorcerer, like, they might feel like you are someone who are like naturally, like, well balanced, and naturally, like, got that powerful, like, demeanor about them, like confidence and stuff like that. But maybe they feel like you think you all that. Okay, and they might feel like you are, like, too powerful, like, but that's not in a sense of like in your like someone who's in power or anything like that. I feel like this is just referring to, like, your attitude. Like, you're someone who's, like, powerful, like, in the attitude sense, and like, really you're just, like, really what you need to do is, like, you need to show this side of you more, like, this funny, sensitive. And sensitive is not a bad word. Even if I'm talking to a man, it is not a bad word. Like, sensitive just means you're more open to conversations that's not about rough stuff. But for real, But seriously, that's for real. And like you also like maybe people feel like you might be like an alcoholic or a junkie. Not like a junkie, but like someone who do drugs like all the time. You might be pothead or like an actual like I don't know, like someone who likes drugs and but you know like drugs is just it has a negative attachment to it, but like some people feel some type of way about that and that might be straying your relationships a little bit. With this dark energy right here, like I said, this reminds me of like a stress ball. Like I said, like you're aggressive. People feel like you're just aggressive. But really, you need to show more of. They want you to show more of this because this is really beautiful, honestly. Like you do have like a calmer side of you that's not really aggressive, but you might feel like you have to be like this all the time because people don't listen. Like people really don't. And then you have this magic weak mask in reverse. People like this is just a front. Like people need, really you just want people to understand like in the world we live in, this is necessary. But people want you to understand that this is also necessary. Okay, right here is just letting you know that you need to balance it out because it was in reverse. So they're just letting you know that you need to balance it out. Because you are like perfectly balanced, but you are more aggressive than you are gentle. Okay, so just this beautiful mask, just take it off and take that aggressive, take that scary mask off and be a little more gentle and sweet. And that's what I have for you, this power, and I hope that resonated with you. It's beautiful reading this. Okay, because you do have beautiful energy. You're more on the aggressive side, but it's okay to be a little gentle and genuine every now and again. So let me know. Moving on to this play, and it's on a leaf. Okay, so we have 7 cards here. So how are you sabotaging your relationships? Okay. All right. You have this Agito. So you could be an earth sign, have earth in your chart. Okay. Then you have this Empress Mantis in reverse. It says, Queen of an army of giant mantises who command moves legions. Okay. So, then you have the Fuma Shuriken reverse. Cutthroat, that word came to my head. People feel like you might be too cutthroat. And yes. Okay, and then you have this Ojama yellow. Oh my gosh, just this picture is funny. Look at that. And it says he's one of the Ojama trio. It's said that he butts in by any means necessary. Okay, I'm sorry. It's also said that when the 3 are together, something happens. Okay. Butts in by any means necessary, and you cutthroat. Oh, okay. This is just interesting. Like with sabotaging your relationship, like people might feel like you're an interferer. Like you butt in whenever you like you this type of person. Like you just like always involved, always in, always got something to say type thing. Like you might be really cocky, I see a lot of yellow right here. Okay, so people might feel like you're cocky, and it's not the confidence type of cocky that you might think. It's the cocky that nobody really likes. Okay, so that sabotages like a lot of your relationships because people feel like you're judgmental and you're cocky and you always have something to say about somebody. Pot of greed in reverse. And I feel like this reading right here doesn't really matter if it's in reverse or upright. But, okay. Like, look at this. The mouth. Like, people feel like you always got something to say. And you greedy. And what's sabotaging your relationship with, and this could be with anybody. And what's sabotaging your relationship is just this view, like, of how how they perceive you. Flame dancer. It says this monster moves while swinging its burning rope. Insect soldiers of the sky. You have 2 insects. Okay. So, yeah. The thing that's really self-sabotaging your relationship, I want to say, is your mouth. You are, first of all, you're judgmental. You're cocky. You're cutthroat with your words right here. You really don't care. 'Cause you're outspoken, and you're blunt. But the thing is, like, when you speak, it's like you don't care who feels some type of way about what you got to say. Like, as long as you get your point across, like, you're good. And, like, a lot of people don't like that because it's one-sided. Like, because you're not really open to what everybody else has to say. It's just kind of like your way or the highway. Like, look at her. Like, it's my way or the highway. It's what I got to say. And, like, when somebody tells you something, it's just like, oh, no, And this could be a male or female, but, like, you just always got something to say. And you, like, cutthroat, but you more of, like, that negative Nancy, like, who can pick out the negative about everything. And then people feel like you might be greedy. This could be with, like, anything. This could be with, like, money, emotions. Like, it's always about you. It's always about you. It's always got to be about you. Like, you just always got to be the center of attention type of thing. And it's a negative because, like I said, it's more one-sided than anything. Like, it's just more all about you from these cards right here. Yeah, and like I said, this is a lot of yellow energy. And don't get me wrong, having confidence is not a bad thing by no means at all. But there's a difference between being confident and cocky. And you're more so cocky, and then you like to shut people down in a negative way. In a way that's more so belittling them. Okay, and yeah. And what did your thing say? Play. Okay. And that was your word. And I am getting, like, this is so from the, yeah, I'm just getting Empress, with the Empress and the insects. Like, yeah, you might be someone who's, like, really popular, and you just got this sprinkle and this shine about you, which is a good thing. Like, but it's just like you are someone who just maybe you make other people feel little less than just how you speak off and stuff like that. Okay. And I'm getting all work and no play. Is that saying, all work and no play? I think that's it. Yeah. That popped up in my head. Okay, but yeah, I'm just getting, like, you might be a real stingy, selfish person, and or have come to be, or that's how you come off to other people. You know what I'm saying? Don't shoot the messenger, you know what I'm saying? And this is the word that you have, and it's just play. Okay, so so you also might be the type of person that that will say the truth, but when you realize that it hurts somebody's feelings, you always say, I'm just playing, but they know you're not playing. Okay, or they feel like you were serious. Okay, and that's what I have for you. Play number 2. And now moving on to number 3. If you chose love, it's on this beautiful leaf. Okay, and we have 7 cards, and we're going to find out how you sabotage your relationships. This could be a relationship with anybody, family, friend, person, nature, universe, dog, angels. This is how you sabotage those relationships. Okay, so you have the mechanical dragon. You have the serpentine princess. And these readings are for male and female. Okay, energy is energy. You have the Sanga of Thunder. Warrior de Greffer. Then you have the Ryu Kishin Clown in reverse. Then you have the Cure Mermaid. And then you have the Humanoid Slime. Okay. So, how are you sabotaging your relationships? Let's find out. Thunder firing. Okay. Steel giant, god statue, plus thunder firing dragon. Serpentine princess. You could be a water sign, have earth in your chart, but there's a lot of water signs here, so you could definitely be a water sign. Alright, so let's find out how you are sabotaging your relationships. Oh, okay. The warrior who can manipulate dragons. Nobody knows his mysterious past, which is interesting because you have the mechanical dragon there. Okay. So the way you are sabotaging relationships is because people feel that you are manipulative. Okay? Or you might be manipulative. Okay? And you might even use love as your, like... It's not funny. The way you manipulate people, like you might play on people's love. You know how people play on people's intelligence? You play on people's love, or that's at least how you are perceived, at least. Okay? You might, like I said, people might feel like you're manipulative. A snake in the grass type. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying. Reptile dragon, yo. Okay. Yep. People feel like you are manipulative, and that sabotages your relationships a lot. Okay, this could also be referring to how you are in love relationships. Like you might be a manipulator. I'm not saying you're a cheater, male or female. I'm not saying you're a cheater. Just saying manipulative. Okay? And yeah. Serpentine princess. Yep. I just like this card. She looks sneaky. And yeah, so yeah. People might feel like you are manipulative. And okay. With this clown right here, you know how people call other people clowns, okay? So people might, I won't say people describe you as that, but like, yeah. That's yeah. So people might feel like you are like a manipulative clown. Like your intentions are not good. Like people really feel like you are manipulative, especially in the place of love. I think that's why you got that. Or you also need to come from a place of love as a reminder to you. Okay, always remember that. And keep in mind the question, how are you sabotaging your relationships? So you might not be being faithful, or, you know, you might not being committed. Okay. Yes, and then you have this humanoid slime. This slime, apparently, you play on people's emotions. A lot of water, okay? You just water. You got the mermaid. A lot of water. You play on people's emotions. You're really manipulative in that way. Okay, you also play on people's intelligence. Like you really, like, so say for example, like somebody you are very persuasive and convincing. I will say that. In a negative kind of way. Okay, like you use it for negative reasons. This slime apparently has some genes in its genetic makeup. Yeah, you manipulative. That's what I can definitely say. And so the way you are sabotaging your relationships is by being manipulative, playing on people's intelligence, playing on people's emotions, not really taking things as serious as you should. Okay, thunderclap, hey. Yeah, clap back, or I don't know why that popped up in my head, but yes. So that's how you sabotaging your relationships, because you're being manipulative. You're not being genuine. You're being reminded to come from a place of love always and understanding. You might want to check in on this manipulative behavior patterns that you show right here and get your own emotions in control. But that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also let me know down in the comments if this resonated with you, if it made any sense. Until next time, see you guys.